Welcome to the Daisy Blue Fashion Variety Show. I am Nancy Blizzard, your host, and my guests today are from 303 Magazine, AB and David. Thank you for being here.
Of course, thank you for having us.
AB, could you please tell me what you do for 303 Magazine?
I'm the founder of 303 Magazine. I started the magazine 14 years ago, and I am the publisher of the magazine as long as with my dad as well.
David, what do you do for the magazine?
I'm the creative director for 303 Magazine, and I work very closely with AB, creating marketing material for a large amount of the marketing material for 303 Magazine, and then all of the content for DFW, Denver Fashion Week.
Tell me all about 303 Magazine, how it got started.
I came to the United States when I finished the military in Israel when I was 24 years old. I came here as a diamond broker to Denver, Colorado, and I did my business for about 3 years, and wasn't really what I like to do. I'm a very social person. I like to interact with people, and life took me into producing events and becoming more a promoter and a social butterfly, if you may, and start throwing events. And this friend of mine came in to one of my events and told me that he was starting a new magazine. We called a meeting, and I invited all the writers and the photographers that we work with, and I just let them spoke, and I asked them what do you guys hear? What are people telling you? And everybody told them, we need the magazine is great, why do you guys stop? There's so much need for it in Denver. And when I heard that, I just knew that there's a niche and a need, and that we need to do it, and we need to have a voice. We made a decision to start a brand new magazine 6 years ago. We made a transition from being print magazine to being all digital. That was probably one of the best decisions we made, because the demographic and the readers that we communicate with and that we reach are all young professionals, the millennials. Mm-hmm. They're on their phones, they're on the social media, they always get their content online. When we decided to go digital, it became really a lifestyle magazine. And now our main focus is fashion, music, dining, nightlife, arts, everything that is cultural to what our demographic is looking for
the weekend.
Yeah.
So, and you get in your email, yeah. So I really
yeah,
like
you get
that.
a newsletter every week that it's the newsletter called This Weekend in Denver, and it's basically we just break down the 23, 20, 19, depends on the week, things to do in Denver this week. And people are subscribing to it. Like every week we get hundreds and hundreds of people signing up to it because they just want to know like what's going on in Denver.
And
so
it's good content. It's good content. It's a lot of great things you'd want to do. It's not just kind of, it's a lot of good, exciting, and I feel like we're really on the top of what's new and what's fresh, pop-up bars and, and events and art gallery openings and things like that. So I actually really enjoy that a lot.
You just have to change with life, and it was great. And since we made that change, we actually were able to reach so many new people, and our name got so much bigger, and the audience became so much wider, that now we are pretty much the voice of Denver. People don't really think about going to a fashion show if they're not in the fashion industry, but everybody wears fashion. You wear a jacket, I wear, he wears a suit, I wear jeans. Everybody has their own fashion. So we've been producing fashion shows in Denver for the past 10 years. But officially, it became Denver Fashion Week 6 months ago in the spring. When we got closer to the 10-year anniversary, I knew that Denver was ready. And then I happened to have a meeting with the city of Denver, with the Denver Arts and Venues, and pitched them the idea about Denver Fashion Week, and they loved the idea. They thought that it was really great because fashion is something that the city is not really developing, kind of like what they do with the arts and the music and the food scene. So they're really intrigued about, yeah, there's a new scene that a new industry that we can actually do. One of the things that I would love to see in Denver fashion industry is seeing the state of Colorado together with the city of Denver helping create jobs in the fashion industry for the local designers that coming up. And by doing so, it will open up more work and jobs for models and photographers and hairstylists and the makeup artists, and all the fashion industry will just grow.
That's pretty exciting that Denver wants to latch on. That just shows their enthusiasm to make the fashion scene better in Denver.
And what is involved in putting on the fashion show for Denver Fashion Week?
You really have to make sure that you have a good team, good people around you. Marketing is the key. The production is really what we focus on. The production for us to put a good show in Denver is what we are about. We want to be on a national scale, and the people that we work with, like David mentioned, they work in different cities and they produce different fashion shows.
This last season, last spring, was my favorite. We had the longest runway. That's really good. Large locations, great designers, just keeping it beautiful and simplistic and clean and just focused on the fashion.
You want to make sure that you have the best show ever, and it's always better than the other one, and you always improve.
Yep.
There's also the attendance. You always want to make sure that you have more and more people coming to the shows and coming to the workshops and visiting Denver Fashion Week so they can be exposed to the shows and to the culture. So you want to grow the scene.
Especially with all the people that have been moving here lately, there's just that much more availability of more people to come to the show. The show will end, but then we start right away. We take footage from the previous show and we do our teaser video, and we release that within a couple weeks after that last show. And we're looking for a venue or a new venue, or making sure that we're booking that venue for the next season. And it's a long process. There's a lot of models, a lot of hair, a lot of makeup, a lot of designers, and having to get those together takes time. So it's a constant researching, seeing if there's new designers out there. And then we do our photo shoot to promote the material or the content for the next season. And then we go right into starting working on promotional material and getting that ready for to get out to the community as well. 6 months. There's little breaks here and there, but it's a slow. And if we're organized, which we are, and we have a great team, then it's pretty smooth.
Tell me what we should expect for Denver Fashion Week.
We have, like I mentioned, we just started doing a kids and teenager fashion show, and that's going to be the opening day of Denver Fashion Week on Sunday, November 4th. So we're really excited about it. There's 2 shows on the first night. One is the kids and the teenager. The second one afterwards is the local designer showcase. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we work with the city of Denver with the Denver Arts and Venue over the McNichols building. We do workshops. Monday night is going to be a model workshop. We teach the models on how to walk the runway, how to prepare to come to a casting, how to prepare to come to a fashion show, the day of a fashion show. And Tuesday is the local designers workshop. We work with Denver Fabric. They're going to teach a class about the garments. And we're also working with the Denver Film Festival that's happening actually the same week on a Wednesday night. And we're bringing in one of the costume designer from LA to Denver. She was in the recent Tarantino movie to talk about the costumes and how to prepare costume for movie and how the fashion ties into movies, and about makeup and hair and the preparation of all the fashion and the beauty that goes into a movie. So we're really excited about it. That's a new thing for us.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. It's great.
That
Yeah.
sounds
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, Quentin
That is
Tarantino.
great.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then on Thursday, we're doing a street style fashion show for the first time. We have some great local designers. One of them is the 17 years old that I mentioned, that we found in Denver, that have great collection for street style. And street style in Denver is really big. In Denver, we have more street style culture than high-end fashion. So it's really exciting for us to see that we opened that night for street style culture and to showcase the local designers.
Tell me a little more about street style and why it's so popular here in Denver.
Jackets.
Hats and jackets and, and
They had jackets, t-shirts, jeans,
trends,
sneakers,
Yeah.
sneakers.
but very fashionable and very well
Very-
done,
very,
very,
very nice.
very well designed. Denver is very casual city. People, we have the mountains. It's very sporty. The art scene is very big in Denver. The music scene is very big. It's very casual. So the street style is very much what people are wearing. We always keep a night on a Saturday night that we call it the National Designers, and that's when we showcase what's going on outside of Denver. We bring talent to Denver, national and international designers to showcase their new looks. But our focus is really to focus on Denver talent and Denver designers.
Or what we've seen in the past is just more interest from outside as well, or for like guest designers. That is becoming more popular now. So as they're seeing our scene grow, they're showing more interest in being part of Denver Fashion Week. And hey, let's go show in Denver. I think in 5 years, I see us being more involved with more people interested from outside of Denver.
And on Sunday night, the finale is always the hair show. The focus is on the hair, not that much on the fashion. Fashion comes with the hair.
We try to make it the best we can make it, clean, beautiful, and just a really, really beautiful show.
You want to make sure that you put good content and good shows and good photos and good images and good videos, so the outside world can see what's going on in Denver.
how do you see Denver fitting into the larger national and international fashion scene?
It's a really good question, because Denver is, as you know, in every other industry, is really booming. In the food industry, the music industry, all the other industries are really booming. And fashion, we don't manufacture in Denver. There's no manufacturer. There's not a lot of designers, brand name designers, that coming out of here yet. Hopefully in the future. But as far as like fashion, we are really up and coming city, and people really wants to see what's coming out of Denver, just because of everything else that's happening in Denver. And it's really exciting because we have great designers, we have great models, we have great hairstylists and makeup artists, a lot of talent in the fashion and beauty industry in Denver, that people are looking from the outside to see what's going on in Denver, what can come up of it.
A lot of those people and all that talent, they fly out and they do work at different larger cities, but they still are based here. So all of their experience that they're getting and all of the connections and all come back to Denver. We do have all this talent, and so the fact that they do work outside is because they know that there's good talent here. As fast as Colorado's growing, there's just more room for that growth.
There's so many people moving to Denver, and Denver is growing. I feel like the fashion industry in Denver is gonna grow with the city, and there will be more and more designers coming up. There's a great school in Denver, CSU in Fort Collins, that has a fashion department that has amazing up and coming designers that graduate in every year. every time we do a casting, there's like more models coming up, and
Yeah.
we just open the casting, the fashion show to kids and teenagers from 6 to 12 years of age and 12 to 18 years of age, and those are the future of Denver. And we are the majority of the people that showed up to the casting were actually kids and teenagers and their parents. It shows you that the future of Denver is really there. It's up and coming. We have our newest designer that is 17 years of age that's going to show Denver Fashion Week for the first time. He's 17 and he's like an incredible designer. So I think the future is really bright for the fashion industry. There's a lot of good things happening. Challenges is really finding the good designers, the good talent, the good models to do the good shows, and to make sure that people see that, come to the show, and then buy the designer's looks. It all goes together. It's basically starts from like finding the talent, making sure people see it, and helping the talent sell the clothes.
We'll showcase in local for the street style and the local feel, and then having some high-end stuff and just kind of mixing things up and giving some variety.
We're very fortunate to be able to showcase Denver Fashion Week in Denver and to show the talent that we have, and we're very thankful to the city of Denver for working with us and all the great people that come in and supporting the shows, and the models and the makeup artists and the hair designers and stylists and the designers themselves that participate in the show. It takes a lot of work on their hand, and we're just fortunate and happy and thankful that we can be the one that putting it together.
Thank you for watching the Daisy Blue Fashion Variety Show here at Denver Open Media with my guests today, AB and David from 303 Magazine. Have a wonderful evening. You're making a big contribution. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.